From the GPA studios in the heart of Burbank, California, this is Ken Goes Live. Tonight's special guests from Amateur Hour Films and The Wanger Show, Christian Ruvalcaba. Now your host, me, Ken Napzok. Hey, my friends, welcome to the first ever episode of Ken Goes Live. What is Ken Goes Live? It's me going live. Get it? The title says it all, but it's a show about life, pop culture, the things that matter, the things that don't, and the special people in our lives here at the Good People Association. Thank you so much. I think you can even hear the Burbank Fire Department joining the show as well. They always do. We are going to have a lot of fun. We're also going to talk about silly things, like I said. We're going to have video segments. This show could be a lot of different things. We're happy to have you here being part of the Good People Association. We have some housekeeping notes up top. As always, if you'd like to, Streamlabs and Super Chats are just donations that help the show, help the company, help the brand, but also portions of those proceeds go towards charities. We've been highlighting for the last couple weeks here the Trevor Project at trevorproject.org, thetrevorproject.org. Check them out, saving young LGBTQ lives. They do great work. We are supporting them beyond Pride Month because I do believe Pride should go beyond a 30-day period. Also, we want to let you know, if you haven't heard already, we have a podcast network that is powered by the good people at Blue Wire Podcasts. They're doing great things, including a studio in Wynn, Las Vegas, the casino in Vegas, the Wynn Casino. Blue Wire is their own exclusive podcast studio. Many podcasts will be there. We hope GPA will be one of them. We're trying to cook something up. So the podcast is available wherever podcasts are found. And if we search and we're not there, just let us know. Search for Good People Association, and it will be our podcast feed. All the shows from the YouTube side will be on there, but also exclusive programming. We also have the afternoons with Josh, Ken, and Amanda on a separate feed. And we also have Casterly Talk, my Game of Thrones podcast, celebrating and digging deep into the world of Ice and Fire, is back up and running and will be having new episodes shortly on its own podcast feed. Also want to announce, and I'm sorry for the housekeeping up top, but then we'll get into the goods. We'll get good. You know, I'm sipping some nice pineapple Truly. Not a sponsor, but that's good seltzer water. We will not be having live programming until Tuesday, the 6th of July, when David Moore joins me on the Positivity Report, because Josh McCouga and Amanda and Rosie are traveling. We're going to celebrate the holiday, get some other stuff done, get a chance to press the reset button. You know, Kaika Shively actually lives here, so we're going to let him go home for once. But one final broadcast will be tomorrow on Twitch, twitch.tv/goodpeoplegpa. I have been challenged. My honor has been called into question, and Kaika Shively and I are going to have a home run derby to settle it all over there on Twitch. I will keep this photo up here, Ikaika. Let's break this down. You look really good, better than my photo, which was so old I had to find a way to clip it out.
I am worse in real life at baseball than I am at MLB The Show, and I'm pretty bad at MLB The Show. So what
it's going to be 3 out of 5 rounds to start. You know, what are we going to do? We're going to figure it out. We'll probably never want to stop playing. Ikaika, have you thought about what player you're going to choose? I imagine you're going to go an Oakland Athletic, yeah?
I might go the first round, but I don't think they'll perform as well, just like they do in the playoffs. So I'll probably go with a Yankee.
You're going to go? No, you can't. A Yankee? You're going to go with my Yanks?
I might go with Stanton.
Wow. Maybe I'll go with Fernando Tatis Jr., although I'm a little bit better with a lefty. I don't know.
If Ohtani's stats are decent in the game, I might pick him.
That's the key there. So that's coming tomorrow your way, 3 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/goodpeoplegpa. We're starting this fun thing here. Ken Goes Live. We're going to see where it goes. But this is where we've reached the top of the show. All right, so what am I going to do in this segment? I don't know. It could be monologue jokes. It could be me eating Del Taco for sport. It could be what's on my mind. And often we like to bring a positive light to everything. We like to talk. We like to laugh. We like to chat. And we're going to do a lot of that today. Sometimes there's things going on in the world and you just can't ignore it. And I'm speaking from the hip there. There's nothing here, nothing on my screen about anything I'm going to talk about right now. So I apologize if I go down a path and, maybe step in something I don't want to here. But I got to talk about the two polar opposites of the big news of the week that is kind of vexing me and vexing a lot of us here. On one side, we have the big lesson that if you want to have a good, healthy life, just make sure you're rich. Make sure you're rich and have the lawyers that might get you out of things on a technicality, or get a good settlement for a couple $1 million and erase your sins. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not here to comment on that. I'm not here to go into the depths of what happened with the Bill Cosby ruling to get him on out, or James Franco, or even what's going on now with Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers. But you see a theme here. There's men and power and money. And by the way, I enjoy power. I enjoy money. And I am friends with men, and I am one as well. I'm not here to comment on any of those, but that's a theme. Power, men, sexual assaults, sexual control, all these kind of things that keep coming on up and have come up time and time again these last few years. They've been in the spotlight. On the other side this week comes the idea that the idea of Britney Spears and Free Britney. Not today, Britney, not today, Britney. And it's, again, something I'm not going to go into the details of, something I don't know all the legalese and legal corners of conservatorships and all this kind of things. But it got me thinking as I was walking to the studio today. It got me vexed, it got me angry, it got me confused. And the message that these two things, they're competing against each other. And I just go back to the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s, a golden age where I had more hair and less gray. But also, Britney Spears was becoming Britney Spears, the queen of the world in a lot of ways. But I feel as though I, for one, need to apologize to Britney Spears. I was actually a fan, and we can talk about her music. I got it. But you look back now, and every generation throws a hero up the pop charts. And then every generation loves tearing down those pop stars. They love tossing them up and then ripping them down and having them fall on down the hill and stumble into the gutter, and then we kick them, we throw dirt on them, and we laugh all the way. I think that's one of the benefits of the last couple of years. Our minds have been open to the humans behind all these faces, behind all these celebrities. Is every celebrity deserving of your unadulterated love? No, they're human beings that make mistakes, and that's part of the problem. I remember back in those days watching as the over-sexualization of a teenager on the cover of Rolling Stone. She was tossed out there. Now look, she has some benefits. She's a success. Is she a sex symbol of her time? Can she be celebrated for that? Yeah. Should she be celebrated as a pop icon? Yes, absolutely. That's part of my point is. But it just seemed like it was just another day at the office for us, especially us men. Lad culture as it was in the 90s and the early 2000s. The Maxim magazines, the stuff, the chives. Hey, it's all great. Subscribe away. But at some point, we have to realize the damage that was done. And as Britney Spears was beating cars with an umbrella with a shaved head, and we all laughed. We all pointed and laughed. We made our jokes, and we snickered, and we said, yeah, but at least she was hot on Rolling Stone. The damage that was inflicted, the damage that is turned in, we tear these people down, particularly the women, and we don't let them control their own narrative. We don't let them control their own identity. We don't let them control themselves. That's what I see a lot this week. On one side, rich, powerful, free, and getting away with it all. On the other side, someone fighting for their simple right to make a choice about their own body. It can get you upset. It can get you disgusted. But we always love to find the good here. We always love to find the positivity and find the lessons. And I think that's what something is on my mind this week. What is the lesson? What is the lesson about what happened to Britney Spears and all the others? Let's look for it. Let's find it. And I don't have all the answers. I'm not here to say it. I'm just here to have fun, dress in a sport coat with a pink pocket square, drink some Truly, and enjoy the world. But sometimes you got to look around. Sometimes you got to plug in, and sometimes you got to see and take responsibility for the damage that you might have contributed to, even if you didn't mean to. So, Britney Spears, I'm sorry. We should have seen what was happening to you way back then. But we always love to celebrate things, and she is a pop icon. And you know what? I absolutely love her music. You know why? I used to thumb my nose to it like a music snob that I was, like a rock DJ that I was. And then I heard a cover of one of her songs. And then I got to the core of the song. Yeah, she has a songwriting team behind it. She has a pop songwriting team behind all her music. I get it. But I got to the core of the song, and I got to the vibe, and I understood what she was putting out in the world. And I've been a fan ever since. So in honor of that, before we bring on our guest, who's like, I thought I was coming here to eat tacos with Ken. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll bring on our guest after that. It's that last one, that number one choice. Travis, Baby One More Time. I saw Travis open up for Oasis, and they said that we dedicate this to all the music snobs in the world. And they played Baby One More Time, and I was like, I'm stupid, and I get it. So, Brittany, I'm sorry again. In Vegas, we're just getting started. But we are really started today. My first guest here, he's the guy. You kind of see him moving. We're having fun. By the way, shout out to Ikaika Shively. I said, I have a vision of this show being shot a little different than some other things here. I have a vision of black and pinks and purple hues. I got thumbs up already. Brian Ward came up with a great logo color. That's a 93% magenta right there. But Ikaika Shively today, I came back to the studio from doing some Force Center work, and he was like, what about this? And we're always going to tinker, we're always going to try. But he came up with something great. So Ikaika Shively, I give you a thumbs up, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. All right, going to this shot here to introduce my guest today. He is from Amateur Hour Films. He is from The Wanger Show. He is Christian Ruvalcaba. Welcome, buddy.
Hi, Ken.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Did I get too serious for you?
I was like, oh, did I have to prepare for this? I should have read up. I'm sorry too, Brittany. I am.
You should be.
I'm sorry.
You should be all the things you do.
Yeah. It's too much. I mean, I like Toxic. I like that song.
I'm not asking you to dance to it. Let me ask you.
I probably dance to it.
Have you ever, and we're going to get to some great discussions about the stuff you guys got going on in Wangertown. We're going to get all that. Have you ever turned on Madonna's Like a Prayer, maybe turned down the lights, just danced and sang along with your eyes closed?
No, not Madonna. Probably Selena. I probably danced to a lot of Selena, especially as a kid. Yeah.
What particular Selena song got you?
A bitty bitty bamba.
I mean, that sounds great.
On the floor.
Ikaika, is that the Selena song you'd sing to?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Selena was like Mexican American? Great. Oh, I can identify to this.
You connect.
Great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about pop music. And we're focusing on Britney today, up top because of what happened and what's still going on. And I understand, again, I'm not a legal commentator. The fight can still go on. But what was once considered guilty pleasures or throwaway pop, you can, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's manufactured. Some music is better than others. I'm totally here for that. But I love the ability just to put your hands in the air, wave them like you just do not care,
right.
But also have the fun and connect to the spirit.
Yeah. It wasn't so much Britney Spears. It was mostly Selena. I think a little bit of Britney Spears. A lot. Can't really think of any like
Christina Aguilera. Did you choose?
No, I never chose.
That's the beauty. You don't have to.
I was just like, I'm just gonna listen to my metal in my corner. I was that weird one. I was listening to like System of a Down at a young age.
And Avenged Sevenfold's your favorite,
yeah,
right?
That's another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to find all about that. You already booked for a future episode of 5-Song Set. We're going to look at Avenged Sevenfold.
I figured I scared you.
I want to know.
And I went easy, too. I was like, oh, these are just like, they've all been on the radio for the most part.
Oh, that's what
all the bands.
Submit?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, the bands. Yeah,
the bands, yeah, because I didn't want to go like Black Dahlia Murder or...
That's the name of a band or a murder? It's a murder.
Well, it is based off of the...
Have you gone down to see the murder site?
For Elizabeth Short? Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, I have not. I thought that no, it wasn't San Francisco. It was here.
No, it's here.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, tell me. I'll tell you. Grace has a map in our place that has it marked. We're going to go do a death tour.
That's weird. No,
it's not weird at all. It's not weird at all. It's not weird at all. When did the metal hit in? When did that hit in?
Probably elementary school, I think. My dad was a huge he loves rock, and he grew up on Van Halen and Metallica, Iron Maiden. He just introduced me to a lot of that stuff. I would listen to the Iron Maiden Number of the Beast. It was like their best hits album, Metallica's Black Album. I grew up on that, and then a little bit of Van Halen, here and there. Not so much. That's like his. Yeah. Anytime Ellis posts something on Van Halen, like on Instagram, my dad will like chime in on something like that. He gets all giddy. But yeah, like a lot of that stuff, and then like I vividly remember listening to System of a Down's Toxicity like on my way to a baseball game, as like a 10-year-old, like getting amped up for a game.
Little Christian's gonna go hit some heads with a bat to play here.
Listening to Prison Song and then going home to do multiplication, whatever you did in math and when you were 10 years old.
Were you on Common Core by then? No.
I don't think so.
Do you know that 90s pop diva Kathy Dennis, who had some great songs, wrote Toxic for Britney Spears? Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Robbie Smith in chat wanted to make sure you know that. Kathy Dennis was great. Check out Kathy Dennis. Talk about late 80s, kind of early 90s pop. diva. That's great. Let's talk about this here. What's going on? The title of this episode is Christian Ruvalcaba Builds an Arc.
Yeah.
Now, what I mean by that, other than you're ready for any floods, you and Brian and Cody Hall still going strong. Brian Perez going strong as Amateur Hour Films and Wangers, and you went through this pandemic doing, like all of us, doing a lot of remote shows.
Yeah.
You're back in action with a brand new studio. We love studios here.
Yeah.
You got yours. What got to that point?
We had like slowly had a conversation about it, and I think like I mentioned to Brian on one show, and I was like, oh, I miss being in a studio together. And then he was just like, yeah, but it's really easy doing it online. And it's true. It was very easy to just like switch everything on, boom. I still wear I'm still wearing sweatpants. I'm not getting out of that phase, but it was just very easy and convenient for us to do it. But then I think Cody was like, oh yeah, I think I worked it out so that I can be in studio.
I sold my kid.
yeah. And then from that moment, it's like, oh, game on. And then the idea was just to come in studio.
Yeah.
But then like my mind started racing. It's like, oh, what if we did a new set? What if we started doing new stuff? So I kind of mocked something up. I like showed it to my girlfriend Amber. And then she's like, can I try one pass? I was like, what's your vibe going for? And then she mocked one up. I was like, oh, cool. And so that's what we went with. So then I was texting and I was like, hey, you remember the other day how you said maybe we can do in studio again?
Yeah.
What if we wanted to do a new, studio change? What do you think about that? And Cody was just like, you made something already, didn't you? Send it over. And then that's kind of how it became.
I love this because a lot of everyone through the pandemic trying to be creative and trying to find things. We all made it work, and we made it work here.
Yeah.
We were building this at the, I guess you could say, tail end of the height of the pandemic. We didn't know what we were doing. It's great to have you in person. Great to have folks. It does make a difference.
Yeah,
I'm fine with virtual. We're gonna have some virtual guests on here and some virtual segments. I'm trying to get Chaz DeLynn to come on and do some stuff, and Chip Dornell and all these people I love to work with, but. There's great sexual tension when you're in a room with Cody Hall.
Oh my God! The first show, we were both like touching him on the leg. It was great, with consent.
No, absolutely.
Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
We'll ask Cody Hall.
Yeah, we'll ask Cody Hall. I think in 10 years he'd be like, that wasn't consensual.
Cody
and
Hall.
We're all gonna get canceled. It's the whole thing.
That's how Cody Hall gets his millions.
Yeah.
Blood from a turnip at this point from you. Did you? Now I know you have a home studio.
Yes.
We won't divulge the exact location.
No.
Every time I go over there, I'm worried that I'm going to get hit by an errant baseball at a local park.
Yeah.
Did you guys have to? Did you have to make any deals with Amber?
So yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, she's always just like, when are you going to be a millionaire? I'm like, I'm trying.
I'm trying so damn hard.
No,
honey,
but,
I'm trying.
Yeah, it was more so like, we're gonna, I told her like we're gonna start doing in studio, but the second she was like, oh, let me try a pass at a design, I'm like, okay,
she's in.
You're opening Pandora's box.
Okay.
Like once you open it, there's no turning back. So she helped design it, and then we just kind of sat there and talked about it. I was like, they'll get here at a certain time, we'll wrap the show, we'll leave, do blah blah blah, and then she's like, okay, but I want to have a list of things.
I'm
like, list of things. So she wrote a bunch of stuff. She's like, here's kind of what
the ground rules.
The ground rules as far as the apartment goes. Just make sure everything's clean, nice and tidy. Pretty much, that was it.
Have I been leaving it dirty when I come by there?
No.
Is it me?
No one's. And it's usually just me. I'm more clean than she is. I hope she never sees this. But I'm like she'll come into the apartment.
She doesn't wash your stuff.
No, she doesn't. She'll come into the apartment and just throw her stuff everywhere. I'm like, and I'm just like OCD, where I'm just like cleaning up everything. But that was pretty much it. And obviously like try not to be too loud. But we've been doing in person for the past 2, maybe 3 weeks now. Yeah. And I always go and I was like, how were we tonight? And she's like, it was fine. I was like, okay.
All right. Look, it's part of the compromise. It's part of I'm thankful I have this right now. But I have most of my home studio too. But after a while, like you have to, this is Grace's space as well.
Yeah.
So, and I think any great relationship works on some sort of not just compromise, but literally a compromise deal.
Yeah.
Trade here.
Yeah. And it was all fair. Like even her having like a list of things, it was like, oh yeah, that's totally doable. And plus I'm like that too. I like having a nice and clean, tidy.
You're a clean
place.
Guy.
I try my best.
I think a lot of post-production guys are.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kaika,
you clean? You're pretty clean.
Heather might say I'm not, but I
But
think I kind of am.
But here you're good. You
Yeah.
don't leave rappers around. You know, I'm the one that trips on the wires.
Oh no, I'm very
Yeah.
clean here.
Yeah.
I think it's just being, it's all about, especially with, I don't know, maybe from like previous jobs, it's just taking care of your stuff. Like
Yeah.
I've worked with people that have been in production for so long and have like left a mess with like lavs and microphones and cords like just tangled and just looking like a disaster. And so like part of it is, you know, it being the apartment is one thing, but you know, it's just taking care of your stuff, you know, and you know, the more you take care of it, the longer it's gonna last.
Yeah, the old camera guy at Screen Junkies, Ryan, handsome is what we used to call him. That guy could fold a cord, a microphone cord, in a way that made me question my own sexuality. Like, I looked at him and said, I see you in a different way after that, the way you handled that cord. It was beautiful.
You know,
It's a thing of art.
You know who I think I have to thank for that? It's probably Thad. Because
Oh,
Thad
Thad,
is like the go-to like
Thad's the
production person ever.
Yeah.
Like so much so, like when we were at Collider and we would like, you know, and it's no fault to him just because like he's kind of a perfectionist that way, but like we would fold up a cord or something like that and he would like take it and look and then just refold it himself, you know? It's a little bit of charm, you know.
Yeah, you know,
Thad.
there's some stuff like that with Grace and I. Like, I'm the dish keeper in the house. Same?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do the dishes.
So's Makuga.
Yeah?
I think it's a good job to get in the house.
Come on. It's the
Yeah.
new millennium.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Change it up.
I vacuum. I've been
I don't do
all
that.
through 2020 because I was home and
Yeah.
jobless for most of the time. It was cooking, cleaning, doing most of that.
It's good.
Yeah.
I bought Grace. We got a robot, one of them vacuum robots.
Oh yeah. The Roomba.
The Roomba, the iRobot Roomba. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it because you name it and it has AI attached to it. I've had conversations with it.
I like that.
So I think if you really want to step up, maybe you want to add something new to your studio, get Amber an iRobot, vacuum robot.
It's better than a mini fridge. Yeah.
Is that what she wanted?
No, but you know.
What? How many things on her compromised deal list? And I don't want you. If Amber's watching, she is the one that handles my contact order now. She'll mess up my contacts if I do this wrong.
Yeah.
How many of the deals? You don't have to divulge the deals. Didn't actually involve the studio, but involved other parts of life. Like, all right, you got to do that. Like,
no, it was mostly
if
just.
I'm going to let this happen. Okay.
Yeah, it is mostly just apartment stuff. And what I try to do, especially now on Mondays, is like as we're kind of figuring out the schedule, it's just finish up my work day. If I can get a run in before, like as soon as I get off work, just go for a run, get nice clean up, and then try to cook some dinner. So that way it's just like, you know, like, hey, look, I got some food ready. Might be cold, just heat it up, you know. But yeah, no, nothing too crazy. It's been pretty cool.
I want to come back to a thing about a runner here, but I want to address a super chat we got from the wonderful Alden Diaz. Check out Alden Diaz and Octo Radio. I say that with a great Star Wars podcast. He says, hey, Ken, can you throw in some Deftones? KGBA is my favorite station. Wait, not kind of show? No, I'd love to do that. I would die if ASCAP and BMI and all those songwriters, unions and everything, which I get the artists paid. I believe in that. I would die if they would let us sign a digital license to do music stations.
It's pretty
They
cool.
won't do it. They can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd harken back to your old DJ days.
I would
too,
love it.
Yeah.
I would love it. On my Patreon, my own personal Patreon page, I have a Patreon playlist I do. I call it KZOK Radio. Then I found out there's a station in Seattle called KZOK, so I can't.
Do you do like newer rock music?
I do it
or
all. If it's
do
on
it all?
Spotify, I put it on and make the playlist. And then through Anchor, you can do it now too.
Oh.
But the listener has to have Spotify Premium, so it's like a hard sell into over there. But I would do that.
It's so weird because I don't listen to radio or anything, so I don't know who's the newest rock band.
Who's the hottest rock
Is
band?
it still Imagine Dragons?
It's
like,
definitely them.
It's still them. Did I hear Gaga grunt?
We just scream all our lyrics. Every time I go to the mall here, I'm like, why are people still listening to this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know who I don't even like.
I listen to 88 by the KCSN, the college radio station, which is actually not just a college radio station, but it's a public radio.
Yeah, I mean, I think music in general, I don't really search for anything new.
It's changed. It's changed because, the art of listening to the album is gone, and I'm all for moving forward. But, is there a nickname for Avenged Sevenfold? Like
A7X.
A7X.
That was my That was my Yahoo username,
course it was.
A7X15 fan or whatever.
I saw Alden say that in chat. That makes sense. A7X.
Yeah, that was their big thing.
That sounds like the scientific name for a vaccine we all need.
Yeah.
Do you listen to? Do you have like an album experience with them still, or do you just digital song? And,
Yeah. Their second album, it's called Awaken the Fallen.
Of course it is.
It's a like full on metalcore, so they scream and it's like half singing, half screaming, kind of like a mixture of all that. And my cousin, who was like hugely into metal, he's the one that got me into it. He like showed me a music video. And I was like, whoa, what is like? Because I'd heard like Pantera before. They scream a little bit. Metallica, like in his earlier days, he would kind of like, especially like first album, be kind of a little like yelly. But this is like a weird raspy kind of like growl that I've like never heard in music before. Yeah. And I thought it was just so interesting and fast paced. And so that kind of got me into like a lot of bands that would scream and sing and do all that stuff.
Like that?
Oh, I love it.
My friend was in a band, and he was in a couple bands that got signed and everything. You know, that story goes, but early 2000s. He was in a metalcore band called I Got Shot in the Face. Or maybe it was I Just Got Shot in the Face.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was like Jeff, like, I don't know the long-term potential of this band. What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, you get. I mean, you get a lot. There's a lot of bands like Cannibal Corpse. It's just like you get these names. I think there's a band called Dead Fetus, or Dying Fetus. I think it's what it's called. Excuse me, sorry.
Well, it's the name of the band.
It's the name of the band.
I mean, I wouldn't say it if there was like an N word in there, but it's.
But yeah, you get a lot of these, and even I grew up playing in metal bands.
And
so,
by N word I mean neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, choosing like a name
Yeah.
that like stuck out. Like I was in a band. We were called I Am Infamy. You know what I mean? You got to be like dark and.
A lot of people don't know this. There was about a 6 to 7 month period where a lot of people know I had hair down to my belt. And God, I miss those hair days. I used to paint my fingernails black.
Ooh, see, I never got that far. I wore black gloves, like the fingerless gloves and stuff.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Like you were going to go fix a car and then break into a bank.
I'm wearing all black right now, but like it was like literally in middle school every day, all black, all black, all black all the time.
See? Now I look back, I'm more concerned for you now, and I didn't know you.
No, it was all fine. Like, we all have our hardships and whatnot, and music is a great outlet for all of that. But there was always a misconception. Like, I got made fun of so much from either family members or friends of family members and stuff. Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, you listen to that rah rah rah" stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, but you're listening." No offense to big.
Say a band that you're going to offend someone.
Not
with.
a band, but like they'd be like they would make fun of me.
If you say Coldplay, Kaika's going to get up and run out of here.
I'm not a big fan of Coldplay. I'm sorry.
I can't even name 2 songs.
Yellow? You don't even know?
Oh, I know Yellow.
Yeah,
I know that one.
Okay.
I couldn't name a single song until they were at the Super Bowl. I was like, oh, that's Coldplay?
I love you both. Everyone in chat's going through some great band names. Waken the Fallen, Unholy Confessions. Christy McGee says Bucket Full of Teeth.
Bucket Full. That's good.
That's a good
Unholy
name.
Confessions is the first song of Avenged Sevenfold that got me into that.
Okay. That's not
and
a
then
band
Waking
name?
the Falling is their album.
Oh, then I'm just messing it all up.
They could be band names too, though.
Hollows and Static Mattress. Robbie's going to call his band Tired Old Heifers. I think.
I like that. A little bit of a Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah,
Rocco's
Modern Life.
Heifer.
There you go. The Foreskin Snappers, a good name. And then Robbie Smith says, I got shot in the face. No comment. Robbie's a dirty, dirty man. So there you go. Kike is laughing at that. Chris Ramirez says, great haircut, Christian.
Oh, thank you.
You look at your beard game's on strong. On point. I don't think a lot of people give you credit for being the beard man that you are.
Really? I mean, I would get compliments like here and there, and that's always nice. It's kind of weird, but also, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're looking
Any
good.
compliment is a good compliment,
It's a good
especially
compliment.
nowadays.
Do you love running because you're angry?
It's the cheapest therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not as, and you know what's funny? I'm not as angry as I used to be. I think it's like,
It's the running.
well, it is the running. It's just me getting older. Like I ain't got time to be
You got
that
time
angry.
to be angry?
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
I think like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I was at my peak angry. College, I was pretty pretty angry.
That's
and
about the time I
cynical.
met you. That makes sense.
Yeah, just like angry about everything, just for like no reason.
Yeah.
And now it's just like I'm too tired. I got stuff to do, and a lot of it's just like there's just no point in it. Sometimes I can't help it, just because that's like my own issues. But
Right.
I try to suppress it as much as I can. Running's super therapeutic. Taking hot baths. I take hot baths.
I mean, I might as well be dating you at this point because this is everything Grace does. Grace runs every night about an hour on the treadmill, and you ask her why, and she's like, I run so I don't kill. I don't know if she exactly said that as a quote, but I think she should.
That's a cool metal name. That's cool.
That's a
I
cool
run
band.
because I won't kill.
Thanks for everyone checking out in chat. You're watching the first episode of Ken Goes Live. We're chatting with Christian Ruvalcaba. We got more in a second, but first, we've got a video segment we're going to share for you here. It is something that's going to be a regular segment here. You got a sample of it recently on the Positivity Report, but now it's our first official episode here of the Robbie Minute. Enjoy.
Are you looking for a new tasty treat to beat the heat? Are you looking for something the whole family will enjoy? Or do you just need to eat your feelings?
Even your hair looks sad.
Well, have I got the perfect recipe for you? A festive and fun strawberry lemonade icebox cake. Get yourself an 8x8 baking dish, small enough for your freezer, but big enough to hold your internal shame. Next, take 12 golden sandwich cookies, dunk them in some lemonade, preferably purchased from a kid on the corner learning about capitalism, and create your first layer. Now, fold in the juice and zest of 1 lemon to a 16-ounce container of frozen whipped topping. Slop some of that on the layer of cookies. Smooth it out and make it look perfect. Like an Instagram filter. You know, the one that erases your stress lines and wrinkles so your face looks as smooth as Channing Tatum's ass. Next, work out those aggressions you have about that ex who cheated on you with a pool boy and then had the balls to excuse it by saying he accidentally fell in by slicing up 2 pints of strawberries. Throw those on as your next layer. Repeat the process. Altogether, you'll have 2 layers. Kind of like your feelings towards your parents. Cover the dish and stick it in your icebox. Let it chill for at least 4 hours. And ta-da! There you have it. A delicious summer treat. Cheaper than therapy and a hell of a lot sweeter, too. And this has been your Robbie Minute. This is fabulous. I could eat the whole thing.
You look as though you already have.
Special thanks to the great
my
Robbie
gosh.
Smith, who's also in chat as one of our moderators.
Robbie.
Robbie.
Oh my gosh.
We're in the running for I don't know who Robbie wants to marry first, you or I.
Robbie.
Yeah, we want to fight for it?
Robbie, you want to answer that?
Maybe
Go ahead and answer it, Robbie.
And all due respect to Robbie's partner, but yeah, I think if we had some sort of pay-per-view event, I don't necessarily think we should wrestle for it, but maybe some kind of balloon fight. We're getting those big balloons just running each other.
Pillow fight?
Pillow fight.
Pillow fight? I don't know. I mean, all these YouTubers, they're boxing now.
Yes.
You can do some of that boxing.
Of all the wangers of the three of you, which one do you think will go on to a boxing career?
Cody.
Cody?
Cody said he's boxed before. He's boxed somebody before.
Wait a minute. He's boxed someone before or got
Yeah.
into a fight at a bar?
No, I can't. I don't think Cody's ever been to a fight at a bar. But I think I remember him saying that he and his friends would he was in a boxing match one time.
Yeah.
I can't fight. I'm not a fighter.
Not a fighter?
I've gotten fights before, but it's just like
It's
eh.
Yeah, it's I've only gotten fights at work, and those are fun. Number one, but two, also potentially all fights are dangerous. But you kind of strike me as someone who secretly had a couple years where you fought everybody.
I've never been in a fight. I would want to be in a fight, but not get hurt. I just want to see if I can hold my ground.
like knock someone out.
You just wanted
Knock
Like
someone
I
out
would,
cold.
I would love to do like an MMA match with me versus Josh.
Oh,
But like we have like boxing gloves on, so we really can't hurt each other.
I watch those. I watch the UFCs all the time.
Yeah.
And the first time they kick someone in the thigh, I'm like, I'm done. I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out. That's out.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Yeah, I've been one good solid punch in my life from the late great Rowdy Piper, and I felt it for 3 days. My face was swollen for 3 days. 3 best days of my life, as
That's
I always
awesome.
tell. It's good. Phil Svitek's in chat. A lot of you
Hey, Phil.
have maybe seen Phil recently here on the Positivity Report. Go check out his Indiegogo campaign to support his film that's going on. Phil says both forms of therapy from this show work in unison. Step 1, eat that. 2, run. 3, repeat. I think Phil's onto something there.
I mean, it's helped me. Like I go for a run, and then Amber, what do you want for dinner? In-N-Out? Okay.
Oh,
And the cycle continues.
it's and the pain goes on.
The pain goes
I
on.
used to work out at my friend's house, and he has a big, fully functional garage gym. So my friend is a pro wrestler and everything, and so I go over there, and it would be about a 30 to 40-minute drive from my house in Studio City. Drive over to Northridge to work out, get good work, good sweat.
Yeah.
Pull out into the street, McDonald's right across the street. The amount of times I did this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go.
I'll run extra harder tomorrow. Yeah.
It's just the thing, man.
No, yeah.
Just think.
It keeps going. Amber gets on me. She's like, you need a running's cool, but like she's like, your arms are getting a little skinny there. I'm like, yeah, but who am I gonna
You know
defend people in 20 years when global warming has officially taken over the planet and we're living in a wasteland? Maybe I should.
Well, we're gonna have to learn to fight. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe.
I think that's when I want Shively on my team. Ikaika, what kind of fighter would you think you would be? A ground and pound?
He looks like a biter.
What? I think I'd be ground. Like I did went to jiu-jitsu class once, and it was really fun. I'm not flexible by any means, but if I could do wrestling and ground and pound, that'd be fun too.
Wrestling and ground and pound.
Stand up, I don't have the cardio for
I think
it.
I could wrestle.
Yeah?
I think I could. People told me that I should have wrestled in high school.
You got the build for it.
I think so.
The broad
Yeah.
shoulders, shorter frame,
Yeah.
which means less to grab.
Yeah.
Except for
Robbie.
Phil says he earned it, kid, no regrets. Kristen McGee says I'll fight everyone. Robbie is marrying me. That's fair. Yeah, my parents tried. I guess they're like, I guess Ken should do sports, and I'm a sports fan. I grew into being a sports fan.
Yeah.
But at the time I wasn't. So they signed me up for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Greco-Roman, all what you got. This is before I was a pro wrestling fan, but so they were like, oh, maybe this will work. I didn't, the differences were lost on me at the time. I'm like 8 or 9, and so I went to one wrestling class, and did the whole thing when you get on all fours, giggity, and then you get thrown around. And I was like, I was so scared. And then my parents picked me up, took me out of the class early, and they were like, "What? Like, we found out how much the shoes cost. You're not doing that."
Oh.
And I wonder. I don't think I would have gone on to the
stuck with it?
Olympics. But what kind of confidence would have given? Because sports can breed a lot of bad things. I think it brings a lot of good things. Confidence might have helped.
I think of the opposite, the reverse. If I would have quit baseball earlier, because I wasn't like,
It's great.
I wasn't playing my junior or senior year. There was like a lot of stuff going on, and maybe that's where a lot of the anger came in, where it's just like I'm doing everything I can to like try to start.
Yeah.
But they just won't start me. And I didn't think I was even that good. They probably had a right to not start me, but but me at the time was just like anytime I play, I'm doing good. I'm doing exactly what they want, but they're still not. They just don't trust me.
So you got angry.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of the origins of it. But then I think it's a lot of like when I got into like making shorts and sketches and stuff, it's like I wish I would have done that sooner, so I could have just learned a lot more, especially during those times. Do
you find with like something like that, and finally getting to make films, or finally and taking that big step? Do you find that, man, I kind of hear in your voice there, like, I wish I'd done it earlier. I wish things, and you can't go back and change things. You can't. You got to learn from the past. You got to move on from the past. And but I feel that too. It's like some things that I thought were impossible, then once you get there, they're not.
No. That's like there would be thoughts, because I remember like when I was a kid, like in middle school, we made like Jackass videos. We had like a big DV camera. We couldn't even have like a battery for it. It had to be attached to the wall. Like that's how cheap it was. We just recorded tape, and we would just be recording ourselves doing silly stuff. Like never edited or anything like that. But it was just still, it was fun to do that. And then in high school, I was on a project my junior year in a video class, and we had to make a short film. And I was stuck like writing and directing because I was a junior with a bunch of seniors, and the seniors just didn't care. And I loved that. I loved doing all of it, but they kind of, I saw like the final edit, and it was just like they just didn't care. Yeah. And so maybe it like further discouraged me into doing it, but man, it would have been so much cooler if I like stuck with it.
Yeah. I just find that. I find that the case. It's like you get through it, you try it, and then you come out the other side and you're like, well, that was way easier than I thought.
It's also,
and we do that to ourselves all the time.
Like, getting a camera. Cameras are expensive. Doing a podcast, microphones are expensive. And then when you start getting into it, and we're like, okay, just get this one, and then just get this one, and then you slowly, gradually get to it, and then you start, then you do your first podcast, like, wow, this is possible.
Right.
And I think that's how it was for me when I did a YouTube channel, like just reviewing movies, just because I wanted to talk about it.
Cobster reviews.
Yeah. Can't find any of those reviews. No, sir.
I buried that name.
Buried all of them. Brian got one soundbite out of them, and well, we gave it to him, but that's it. No more. None of that.
Yeah. I think I don't need to pull a life lesson out of every conversation I have, but I think it's important, especially for what we're trying to do here at the Good People Association, and you out there listening. Anything you got going on, anything that you're kind of struggling with, you get through the other side. And look, some things are really hard, some things hurt, some things knock you back, but you get through the other side, and you're like, oh, I can do this. Our friend Phil's in chat. I mean, Phil's about to go to another country to make a movie. And his third feature-length film, and I think there's a lot of him kind of realizing, yeah, I've done this, and I know I can do this. I can help other people do this, and I obstacles and questions and doubt, we can struggle with that later. Let's just move forward and do it. And it's pretty powerful when you get into that point of life.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no point in looking back. Oh, I wish I would have done this. I mean, you can feel nostalgic for it, but you're living now. It's just like, okay, we have the stuff that we have now. Just go out there and do it.
Nostalgia, depression is something I suffer is such a. You're so worried about the past, and anxiety is more of a worry about the future, and those are all both natural and real and the fun. But you mentioned like the nostalgia just being like
it's a lot easier said than done. Than just to let something, because stuff sticks with you. Sticks with you, and
that's why you run.
That's why I run.
Well, we had a great discussion on the Positive Report this morning about therapy with Wendy Lee, and there's a lot of things to do. Late to the party's in chat, Vanessa and Robert. And even though Vanessa and Robert are two of the worst people in the world, they agree with us. Say no truer statement, build it bit by bit. And check out Late to the Party. If you guys, if you're one of the GPA fans who kind of came from the Shinedown world, swing on over to Late to the Party. Great reaction videos, great people, and good stuff there. Matthew Stokes says, hi, can you play Smash Mouth? Man, I wish we could play Smash Mouth.
I mean, we were talking about them.
Play some Smash Mouth?
We were talking about them recently. There's a movie called Rat Race. Do you remember that one?
I do remember Rat Race. Didn't watch it.
They're featured in that one.
So good.
It's just,
It's a race.
It's a race.
See, this is why I got the recorders, so we can learn how to play any song people request.
What? Okay.
Somebody told me the world.
The problem with that song, and I want to get to Ikaika and the recorders. The problem with that song, you hear that song, you start singing.
Oh yeah. I went to a bachelor party in Vegas once. I don't think this was for Cody's. I had another friend's. I can't remember which was which, but Smash Mouth was playing there on not on the Strip, but what's the Old Town area?
Oh yeah, Fremont Street, which is a fun area.
It's amazing.
Go there.
Dirty, like wash your hands afterwards. But
don't
amazing.
eat the needles. But
no,
man,
do not.
Great.
And it was just a live show, and then they were just performing there. Just like you can just walk up and start watching Smash Mouth.
Yeah,
they play
right in the street.
They play the same song 5 times in a row, probably.
But it's that thing. It's like you said, you just like
body. Yeah.
Nobody wants, and then you give into the moment.
Yeah.
Ikaika, can you on the recorder play "Shallow" by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
Before that, where's Smash Mouth from?
Are they from Pittsburgh?
They're probably from San Jose, Oakland.
They're from San Jose.
San Jose?
Yeah, I just did a job.
Your hometown. All right, so play "Shallow."
Can you sing me a little bit of it, or just like hum it, and I'll try and
tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world?
All right, I think I got it.
I still never seen the new one.
I've
There's
never
17.
I've
of those
never
movies.
seen. I've never seen it. Can you get it? Can you get it?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I feel like I'm at the World Cup.
That sounded like a clown car went off a cliff and all the
ran
clowns
over
were
by
dying.
a truck.
No, that sound is.
Is that the whistle, the slide whistle?
Every talk show should have a musical band leader. Right now, Ikaika's recorder is what it is.
Is the leader of that.
I've never seen the updated version of A Star Is Born, right?
Yeah.
I like Bradley Cooper, no problem. I'm a fan of Gaga. There's a case. I was talking the stuff up top with Britney and everything. It's like Gaga's one that I was, when she first came on the scene wearing a meat dress and all that stuff, I was like, what is this idiot doing? And then I saw her on SNL and I just was like, this is a talented person.
She's very talented. Yeah.
Who am I, whether I like the music or not, who am I to be like, who is this meat wearing? Just shut up, Ken. But I've grown to appreciate her.
She performed with Metallica once too.
And Tony Bennett, she's all over the place.
Yeah. She knows it. She rocks, yeah.
I've never seen Stars Born. About every 2 weeks, I'll be just walking in the house, and suddenly I'll be like,
Start singing.
"Tell me something." I'm like, "What? This song's in my brain."
Yeah, I just know I just wanted to look at you one last time, or I don't think he said it like that, but kind of, yeah.
In the shallow, shallow.
That was just another. That's a movie where I was just, yeah, it's probably good. If they're gonna make it 8 times,
it's probably good.
it's probably good.
This is okay. I know you love movies way more than I do. I totally get it. I get it. But a lot of people, I know a lot of people think it's a gimmick or a bit where I'm like, I don't watch movies. It's somewhat true. It's somewhat not. I saw Black Widow, loved it. I keep raving about it. So I was at the screening.
Shill.
Ignored every person there. I just don't like my business. But
Yeah, that's fair.
Other than Ellis, and even then, it was only because of the food. But I'll see a movie on a trailer, and I'll be like, I mean, it's probably good.
It's probably good. For the most part.
What am I going to do with it?
Yeah. I'm not nearly in it as much. Like I'm not. Our Discord is awesome because they'll post, either stories or breaking news or trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I'll see it and be like, "That's pretty cool."
Yeah.
I'll probably watch that at some point, and then I just move on. I'll just move on.
And sometimes you miss. Like I finally saw Inception.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was like 2 weeks ago.
God. It's pretty good.
Okay,
it's
but
pretty good.
I fell asleep in it.
Oh, see, there you go.
I was watching with Grace and the family, and a lot of things going on. I'm not, and again, that is not me saying it's a bad movie. Christopher Nolan knows how to make a film.
Yeah.
He makes a picture.
He saved cinema.
He saved cinema. But I was watching that one, and I just was like, at this point, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I find myself falling asleep during movies more and more now, which is kind of cool. I think that's just me getting older too.
Yeah.
And just taking power naps here and there.
Power nap is good.
So just like sometimes she's like, I want to watch this movie, and then I'm like, not because I'm bored, but I'm just like, okay. I can't remember the last one where I started it and I fell asleep. I didn't finish it, and I was like, the rest of that was it was the Jumanji remake or the sequel.
The sequel.
The first one. I know I think there's like 2 or 3 now.
Yeah.
I think I started that, and then I fell asleep. I woke up and it was over. I was like, the second half was pretty good.
The second half was pretty good.
Was probably pretty good.
Or you fell asleep and you woke up and the Robin Williams one was playing. You're just like, are they all look the same?
I mean, yeah.
You a theme park guy at all? Do you like? Yeah. Doesn't strike me as you
dangerous.
You don't like them, or you just?
I don't like roller coasters. I don't. But there are exceptions.
Okay.
And for the sake of I don't know, being forced on it, I will go on it, but I won't be happy about it.
But you like horror pictures, but you don't like the roller coasters.
No.
Okay, but I mean, just in general, roller coasters aside, if I was like, hey, next Tuesday we're going to Disneyland, you want to get a turkey leg and hang out in line, would you go?
I might actually be going. I am going to Disneyland next Tuesday. No, not next Tuesday, but I'm going to Disneyland in a couple of weeks.
Is that part of the deal you made with Amber?
Yeah, we got to go to Disneyland at least once. They're not doing passes right now, or they're what do you call it? Season passes.
Even my beloved LA Zoo, I have to go get reservations.
Oh, okay.
I want to go. I'm a member.
Weird times. It's weird times.
And I just want to go hang out by the meerkats and do some riding. I actually want to do some riding over there.
At the zoo?
At the zoo.
Oh,
you can just
peaceful.
hang out.
Yeah, that's
peaceful.
pretty cool.
You're riding, you're trying to concentrate, and all of a sudden you hear like,
and they're like, you know what? This character is going to be a monkey now.
Yeah.
Disneyland, I'm fine with. I've been on pretty much. I've had passes at Disneyland a couple times. I've been on pretty much everything. Knott's Berry Farm, I've actually been on everything.
Okay.
Much to Amber forcing me to. No, I don't like it.
That one?
I don't like it. I don't like Accelerator.
I've done that one on the top of the stratosphere. That takes you up in Vegas.
No.
Yeah. And I get scared easily by the ride.
Yeah, I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I don't like heights. I hate heights. Heights terrify me.
Heights, I love heights. The idea of falling is a nightmare of mine.
Oh yeah.
Ever been to the Grand Canyon?
No. I want to.
You should go.
I won't look over.
Yeah, but
won't
see
do that.
I'm telling you, and no disrespect to anyone who's lost their lives at the Grand Canyon. It happens often. But I
don't
went.
Want to go now.
Yeah, I went in like 2008, and I was doing researching some stuff before. I'm like, they've got to have rails, and they mostly don't.
No rails.
They mostly don't.
Ugh.
And the amount of people that have do the recorder.
They go.
There you go.
That's
I really do mean no disrespect to those people.
Well, yeah, of course.
But
there should be railings there.
So there's one section that is a couple outlooks, overlooks, whatever. And so I'm getting my picture taken, and it's on my MySpace page. Robbie still goes to my MySpace page, and I'm on the railing, and I'm like this, like my hand is white. And there's
It's
like,
probably really windy too. I imagine.
Could be.
Okay.
And while we're taking this photo, on the other side of the railing, there's 2 kids playing, rolling around in the snow. Nothing you can grip easily. And it's that and a fall.
That's just the parents be like, just 1 more inch.
The
just 1
pucker
more inch.
factor was 120%.
Yeah, I won't roll that dice. I
Yeah.
don't like.
You got to go though, but you just got to get far back.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in Chicago for one of the Schmoedowns, Cody and I went to. It's not called the Sears Tower anymore. I don't know what it's called now, but
It's called the Robinson's May Tower.
is that true?
No, I don't.
Oh,
It's called the,
sure. We
called
were
the-
in the Robinson's May Tower.
it's the Macy's Tower.
It's a Macy's
Yeah,
Tower.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
We were in the big tall one, the tallest building in like the U.S. And because we were just like, that's when we got snowed in. We were walking around Chicago. We're like, what are we gonna do?
It was
What are we
kind
gonna
of a
do?
great day.
It was wonderful. That city, Chicago, is amazing. So we were walking around. You're like, you want to go to the top? And I was like, not really, but all right. So we went up there.
Yeah.
And just that view, I was just like, in the elevator. Elevator, I was terrified.
Do you feel it in your groin? Do you feel that
Yeah.
pain, that phantom, that like you're like, oh boy?
That's when
Yeah.
like the anxiety starts to kick in, and like usually for me when anxiety kicks in, like I'll have like little quirks here and there, but I'll try not to show it as much. But I'm feeling it, and then the whole time Cody will tell you I was just like I don't know.
Yeah, the
Elevator ride alone is just terrifying. Just to think like there's all this
You get
space
stuck.
underneath me. I don't like the elevator at the Luxor because it's like
it's sideways, right?
diagonal.
Diagonal.
It's weird. It's stupid.
Yeah, anxiety, high anxiety does start in the crotch. I feel that's where you're like, and Kaika, how are you doing with heights?
I just looked it up, and Sears went out of business. It's called the Spirit Halloween Tower now.
That's pretty funny. That's a really good joke.
That's good.
You could play a recorder
that.
bit for that.
That's
at
funny.
that one there.
That'd be amazing. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, late to the party. I don't know. I really am convinced it's Robert and Vanessa typing every other word. At the height, we all would think, God help us, we're in the hands of the engineers. It's so true. It's so true. The imagine the trust we have to every intersection you walk or drive through. You're putting an amount of trust in strangers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. I think maybe we're a lot of that. We're just getting into some core stuff here.
Let's
I
do
think
it.
maybe the origins of my fear of heights
Yeah?
might have come from the first time I went to New York.
Okay.
It might have because that was kind of the first time I went to the Empire State Building. Like went to the top and just whoa,
I haven't
horrifying.
been to the top.
But also my first time going to New York was in December of 2001.
Oh.
Months after 9/11.
Yeah.
And that was
20
still
years, yeah.
very, like, just in everyone's minds. And so flying there, we visited Ground Zero and everything. It's just, like, like crazy to see all of that.
Yeah.
And then, we went to the Empire State Building at nighttime, and just the whole time, it was just on my mind, like, what if? What if? And then you see, because JFK, you can see the planes in the distance. You just see all the lights. I'm just like, oh my God, those aren't far away.
Right.
And so a lot a lot of that is just like,
how young?
oh,
How young were you at that time? You 20 years ago now.
2001, I
So
was
41.
8 years old.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's
No,
young.
nine.
Yeah, that's but even that's you're trying to process a lot there.
A lot, yeah. I mean, even still, like, I didn't fully understand what was happening at that time.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why you run.
that's why I run.
You
That's-
run so you don't kill.
It's one of my favorite lines. I think it was either The Mummy or The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Oded Fair's character,
Yeah.
Fair, I forget. He plays the Magi.
Yeah.
He's like, why can't you people keep your feet on the ground? It's just like, yes, just stay. We're
Yeah,
meant to
and-
be here on the ground.
And Hero Gen 101 says something that I think all experience.
Mm-hmm.
Fear can come from your impulse to want to jump subconsciously. I am definitely one of those people that deals
Yeah.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
The Sherman Oaks Galleria, big famous mall here. There's a giant office building on it. My friend was at one point was the operations manager there, and we went to the top level.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, I got to get away. I kind of want to jump. And he was like, What are you talking? I was like, it just seems crazy. I got to get away. Like this weird urge.
That
Like
weird
what if? What if?
sensation, Yeah.
The mind, the human mind. You should make some films about that. Why don't you inception that up?
I mean, there's a lot of material to go off of. Like, human beings are just terrible. That was one thing I learned from 2020.
Yeah.
We don't deserve anything. We're all just terrible. That's where my cynical and anger comes out. It's just seeing all this aggression and all this anger
So
and
you didn't-
how reactionary we are just as human beings. Like someone
Yeah.
says one
Oh, yeah,
thing
it's
and
true.
then everybody loses their minds.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
not even about Twitter culture, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just we as a human being,
we've-
we as a human being,
Yeah.
we as
As
humanity,
humanity. Human beings have been crazy since the dawn of man.
Well, look, suddenly you got all the toilet paper in your front seat and,
Yeah.
and plastic bags of gasoline in your
Yeah.
back seat. That I'm with you. This last year and a half, I think there's great joys and lessons to take out of
Yeah.
it, things to find. We love finding the good here at this channel.
Yeah.
But also, you just look around and you go, everyone's instinct is them first.
Yeah.
It's a natural, selfish thing from children on. And we have to fight against that every day.
Yeah, we just can't be patient with things. We have to
Mm-hmm,
have everything right here and now, and we have to have all the answers. You know, when
Yep.
the CDC was giving out answers, and a couple of days later they would change those answers. I was like, well,
Yeah.
that's how science works. It's one thing one day and it's another day. Now,
Yeah.
could it have been handled better? Maybe they could have
Yeah.
held on information.
And I even have sympathy for the leaders. It's just like it's.
Oh, poor Trump. I know. No, God. I'm kidding. Either way, it's like the easiest.
good.
It's the easiest one to make.
good.
It's the
good.
easiest one to make.
Matthew Stokes with a super chat says, "Good morning from the UK. Still loving
Ah.
everything you do." I'm so glad he said still. What if you said still trying to love everything
Oh.
you do here? Also, 9/11 at home here too. I'll never forget that day. 21 at the time. Yeah, I was 24 at the time. Yeah, 24, 25.
Yeah,
it's crazy time.
It's cliche, they say never forget, obviously, but I,
you
vividly
can't.
remember being glued to the TV. My parents didn't want me to go to school,
Yeah.
and then they didn't like bring in a TV to our classrooms. We kind of just our teacher just sat there and just poor teachers like trying to explain to third graders what was happening in the
Yeah.
world. But I remember passing by the teachers' lounge, and they were all just glued to the television set the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Challenger was like that for me too. I remember Reagan's assassination back in the olden days, but I had no memory. So young, I kind of only remembered a little bit. But the memories. I can't believe 20 years ago, and not to suddenly turn this into a 9/11 conversation, but
Right.
we're our present time, and like the memories of that moment, and I was watching, but also memories of. I was working graveyards at the time at the mall, and like 3 a.m, sitting outside the back of our office and hearing military jets just flying over patrolling LA. And it's like, what is happening? And it's kind of like the last year and a half, where you're just like, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, the start of this year, the Capitol riots, like
It's
there's
just you're like, what is
such
happening?
weird times. And
Yeah.
what's even more sad about it is how desensitized I think we've become to all of it because of everything that is not just this past year, but just
It's
school shootings and just everything. It's just terrible. Just terrible stuff.
Empathy, which is it's something slightly different, obviously, from compassion and sympathy, but it's all in the same ballpark. But empathy, which I think is a key word a lot of people say. So we're not done quite yet here. Got some stuff coming up here. This is I haven't really officially named this segment here. Okay, just go. This is I'm calling it maybe tell the truth. I don't know. Kaika, what do you think?
I like tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Okay.
Tell the truth.
I think I made a card for it, but I don't think I uploaded it yet. I wasn't.
Give
I
me
was.
the
I
Will
was
Smith concussion
Yeah.
soundbite.
tell the truth.
Tell me the truth.
All right. I think I already know the answer. If you had one superpower, would you use it to kill people?
No, I'm angry, but I'm not a monster. I don't think nobody should kill. Don't kill.
Yeah. No, don't kill.
Don't kill.
Don't kill. Don't
well,
kill.
no.
I mean,
kill.
again, I'm not saying who. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, I
like,
can tell you who. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is it similar to the Twitter mute list you and I share?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm
Spot
kidding.
on.
Spot on. All right. Okay. You answered that one there pretty well. Kaika, would you, if you had a superpower, one superpower, would you kill someone?
I would contemplate it, but I wouldn't kill anyone.
That's good. You're both
Because
superheroes.
I wouldn't be able to deal with like
Yeah,
the
you would.
aftermath of that.
Yeah, you would.
But you're a superhero. at
You'd
this point.
sleep like a baby the next night.
I'm not Homelander. I can't just go out and do that.
That's a good one.
All right. If you could only go to one drive-through for the rest of your life, which one is it, and why is it Del Taco?
Del Taco's. I mean, I gotta show up because it doesn't get a lot of support, but I gotta go Arby's.
You and Ash Crossan. The only
I just saw, someone posted that in our Discord the other day. I was just like, that's
only-
right.
I got to get Ash on the
Jason
show.
Inman too. Jason Inman came
You-
in our show one time, and he's
It's-
like, "I love Arby's," and we just became best friends at that moment.
Okay, sell me on that dry bread floppy meat sandwich.
You know what's funny too is like I only get the regular roast beef. I don't get the crazy items or anything. I
Okay.
just get the plain roast beef and bread. That's it. It's just
What do you put on it? Horseradish?
No,
Horseradish?
I'll dip it in their like Arby's sauce or maybe some ketchup. That's it.
What's Arby's sauce? What's in it? I haven't been in Arby's since like
It's probably
2005.
It's probably illegal for them to distill that
Just-
information, but
Ikaika, what do you feel about Arby's?
careful.
I think I've only been there like 3 times in my entire
Oh,
life.
you should go there a fourth.
Where's one in town? Is there still one here?
Because
they
like
started.
West Hollywood. It's
Yeah,
like
they
the closest
'cause
one.
They started plucking those out of
yeah,
town.
I always said they've got all the meats, none of the stores.
They have the best social media person, though.
They're pretty
oh
funny.
yeah, they're pretty funny on that.
Arby's, man, it's like they serve the meat sweats in the burger.
Yeah.
They come as a topping.
Oh yeah, those are.
That's the sauce, Arby's sauce.
That's the sauce.
Arby's is like me eating Arby's is so bad I won't tell anybody I went because I'm just like
Yeah.
borderline ashamed that I went.
I mean, it's better going there than Jesus Chicken, right?
Yeah. Told myself I would not go there for all of June.
Yeah. That's a
June 1st.
Oh no! But you're still supportive.
course,
Sammy
yeah.
Leon Mendoza over there at El Paso says, "I used to throw up every time I ate Arby's. I don't know what was happening. Haven't had since." Here's the thing.
You throw up after alcohol.
Here's
Just
the
saying.
thing, and you know, Ikaika mentions Arby's has a great social media team. You know, get behind this. I can be convinced by them. I you know, and I know mostly I try to stick to vegan or cut out meat and everything, but let me do this.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Convince me why, and I'll give you a shot, Arby's.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, if they had a store that's I haven't been to Arby's in a minute, just because
In
have
a
to
New
drive
York minute.
so far to get it, and
Yeah.
then also it's like if I'm gonna get a
'Kay.
roast beef sandwich, I might as well go to Felipe's instead.
Oh, Felipe's.
I mean,
This is great.
or Philippe's, however
Philippe's,
you want it.
I think it's
Yeah,
Philippe's.
Yeah,
That-
however you want to pronounce it.
And for those who don't, it's an LA just iconic restaurant.
It's amazing.
It's where they it's one of the places that claims to have invented the French dip, which you know I'm sure there's
Agree to
always
disagree. It's been around for 100 years.
yeah. And before Dodger game, a lot of people head there.
Yeah.
uh,
That's the spot to go
it
to.
was cash only. I think it's still cash only.
No, you can do card now.
Finally,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
okay,
you
you
can do
walk in, you just go 3, and they just put 3 on the plate, maybe a potato salad and
Yeah,
something like that.
They have
and
like a variety of how much.
would-
How much do you want it dipped? Yeah.
I would love to go there with the wingers.
Oh, let's do it.
I would
I
love
don't.
to.
I know
go there.
Brian's been there. I don't know if Cody's been there. I don't know if he likes the roast beef sandwiches. I can't remember if he
Look,
has.
the
or not,
roast
but-
beef sandwich is a hard sell. It's vaguely sexual. It's just a hard sell.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not there for it, you're not there for it. But I think a French dip, I think you could do it.
It's
think
so
you
good.
do
I
it.
love
We'll
me a
give it
French
up.
dip.
Final question here in this segment here. What was your best batting average in baseball?
Oh God.
Do you remember?
I'd be lucky if I hit 300.
Do you remember?
I
Did you one of those kids that kept your stats?
No. As soon as it got real serious. Travel ball got real serious, but we weren't entirely. We were still farting around, hitting each other in the nuts and stuff, just
Yeah,
being
that's
stupid
okay.
boys.
That's okay.
But no, I didn't. Like in high school, I didn't keep track of what's
Your
the
stats?
what's the stat website they use in high school.
In high school? I don't know. Baseballreference.com
Maybe
is
it's
the one.
college. I don't know. No, I wouldn't keep track of any of that. No, didn't care. Didn't
Alright.
care that much.
Asked and answered. My best batting average in high school softball PE, I used to keep stats of that, was like 856.
Woo!
Believe it or not, I could play pretty good.
Hell yeah!
I could play pretty good.
I wasn't that great of a batter anyway.
Kristen McGee says vaguely sexual sandwiches. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
All right. You did well. I think
Did I
you,
do well?
You
Did
told
I
the
pass?
truth. You told the truth.
I do my best.
We're almost done, but right now we're going to go to great moments in sports history.
Ooh.
Great moments in sports history. June 9th, 1999. New York Mets manager Bobby Valentine is tossed out of a game against the Toronto Blue Jays in the 12th inning. Spurned on by Robin Ventura and Oral Hershiser, Valentine dons sunglasses and makes a fake mustache out of 2 strands of eye black tape and returns to the dugout. The amused umpires eventually discover the mission preposterous idea and re-kick him out of the game. He is then fined $5,000 and suspended for 2 games. A small price to pay for being a legend.
Bobby V. Can't believe that was that long ago. We are almost out of here, but before we do something we're always going to do on the show here, it's a segment we call You got that down. We call What We Learned.
Oh.
What we learned today.
Uh-oh.
I think what we learned today is, one, take a little time to show some empathy towards others, whether it's a pop star like Britney Spears over the years who was turned into something maybe she didn't even want to be, or whether it's a worker at Arby's who's just trying to do their work while you're yelling, your sandwich looks like a beep. Just show a little empathy.
That's why it's good. Sorry.
Also, follow your dreams. And if you want to build a studio in your set, in your house, make a compromise, make a deal with the one you love, and then build that studio.
Build it.
Also, if you're gonna eat your shame, make sure it's a strawberry icebox lemonade cake. I don't know if I even said that right. That's part of what we learned here today. We also learned today that Ikaika Shively loves his recorder. He loves that recorder.
Potential murderer.
And he admits that he would think about murdering people.
Think about it.
It's all about what we learned today.
It sounded like a woman's cry.
It does sound like a plaintive, the plaintive wail of a ghostly woman, like haunting. I'm still scared from Paranormal Activity 3, by the way.
It's a great movie.
Different conversation.
Yeah.
That is it for this week. We are done with the first episode of Ken Goes Live, a show that's going to be spectacular in the sense that we're going to tinker. We're going to have fun. I just needed to get the first one out. We had a wonderful guest to do that, Christian Ruvalcaba. Tell them where they can find you, because I want them, if they're not super familiar with your work at The Wanger Show, get over there and do it. You got some wonderful videos, watch-alongs, all those things, and tell them the details.
Well, thank you for having me. It's only uphill from here.
You
have to start low at the bottom of the below the barrel. You can find all of our stuff. Amateur Hour Films. It's a YouTube channel where we do podcasting, do movie commentaries, short films, and sketches. We're working on a brand new sketch right now that'll hopefully be released in the next few weeks. And Wanger Show is live every Monday, 8 p.m. PT. Just having fun, podcasting, doing all the silly stuff, and
And that sketch, was that the one
that I sent you?
The one I sent you?
Yeah,
Were you going to cut it down or longer? Make it longer? You going to cut it down?
I might. Well, we'll see. We'll cut it down. We're doing a lot of the graphic stuff for it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it flows once we have everything in there.
See it there.
Yeah.
We will be back in 2 weeks. This show alternates with the afternoons with Josh, Ken, and Amanda, so that will be up next week. And then after that, was that July 15th? We have our guest coming in here. I even made the card. I'm so ahead of the game here. Look at this. Guest coming on in here. Zara Lisbon, survives the apocalypse, author, poet, all around cool person, is going to come on in here, and we're going to talk about so many things. She's got a great book called Baby's First Apocalypse. It's a collection of poems, so we're going to talk about all that. So look for that on July 15th. The normal time will be about 4:30 p.m. Pacific time because of other things going on here in the studio during the day. So that is it for now for Kaika Shively, who made us this beautiful color arrangement and the great camera angles, and Brian Ward for making the lower thirds and all the things I love and making me feel like a natural man.
Pay that man. Pay him.
Pay Brian Ward. Actually, I owe him for this. I still have to
pay him.
I have to pay him for that. All right, that is it. We'll see you next time here on the Good People Association. Go to gpa.fun for more. Bye, friends. Bye.